Some bad news. This is not good at all. England captain Leah Williamson is set to miss this summer's Women's World Cup after suffering a ruptured ACL in Arsenal's defeat at Man United on Wednesday. For more of this now, Faye Carruthers, talkSPORT's England correspondent, joins us on Drive. Hello, Faye. Good evening.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Benty.
How do you feel? Right?
This is awful news. I saw the incident. How long after the incident was it confirmed that she'd ruptured the ACL?
I think she knew that night. If you read her statement, she said she was in tears that night. I think she knew straight away she'd done it. Most players do the second they do it. Benty will tell you that. But obviously it's taken a while for the medics to take a look at her and for this statement to come out. And I'm so gutted for Leah. From an Arsenal perspective, she was due to be featuring in the first leg of Arsenal's semi-final in the Champions League against Wolfsburg on Sunday, and then of course the World Cup is less than 3 months away, and they're going to be without their captain, which is huge.
Faye, what exactly is going on? Because when you look, I was reading an article, I think it was with Optus, and it was saying that more than 20 top female footballers have torn ACLs in the last 12 months. But what is exactly going on? Is it the pitches? What is it? Why is this injury becoming such a occurrence, so common?
Well, it's been common for a long time, and there's been calls for more research to be done into it. And the issue is that the research that has been done is not necessarily good enough. There needs to be more investment in that research. And when you look at a lot of clinicians actually come out and say different things. So, the stats are that women are between 2 and 8 times more likely to suffer an ACL injury than the men are. So there's, investigations into whether that's hormonal reasons linked with the menstrual cycle, whether that is in terms of, if you're talking gender and the amount of money that's pumped into the women's game in terms of support, pitches, etc., whether it's that, whether it's, biomechanics. There's so many different elements to it that nothing specific has been pinned down on it, but it's definitely a problem. And actually, scheduling has been something that's come up in the last few days as a question, not just in the last few days. Actually, Emma Hayes has been mentioning it for a long time. The Chelsea manager has said, player welfare has to be key. And if you read a little bit more in depth in Leah Williamson's statement that she put out on social media, have a listen to this, because I think this is quite marked and a lot of people haven't actually picked up on it. I haven't had a day since last October when I've walked onto the pitch without a physical or mental question mark over me, and that's professional sports. Now I have to listen to my body, give it what it needs, and if everything happens for a reason, then we'll see what road this turn sends me down. And I think that's quite a poignant point. That's not what I mean, is it? A poignant statement that she's made, really, because these players are under an immense amount of pressure. Players at every level, but in elite sports, the amount of focus that's on them, and particularly the Lionesses now after winning the Euros, so much focus is put on them. She played both of the games in the international break against Brazil and then against Australia. And, there's a certain amount of rest time that these players need, otherwise these injuries are going to keep occurring, and it's not just the physical injury.
Are we the favourites for this, by the way?
Well, we were. I would say America, as the defending champions, are the out-and-out favourites. But as European champions, we're certainly one of the favourites. But this might affect that, which can work two ways, can't it? It can take the pressure off, or it could ring true. We'll see.
Well, we beat them at Wembley last time.
We did. We certainly did, although they had some big players missing, and they do turn out for the big occasion, and that was a friendly, in inverted commas, if you can ever have a friendly against the United States. But, I'm keeping everything crossed that, the preparations won't be too badly affected, because, of course, Benty also missing Arsenal's Beth Mead, who's unlikely
ACL
to be
again.
Available. Again, an ACL, and there's an insane amount of these injuries happening at the moment, and it really has to be looked at. And Beth Mead said that herself in November when she suffered hers. More research is needed.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.